Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're going to dig into something that can literally save a life, the workplace inspection. Now I know, it might sound a little routine, but trust me, we're going to break down how this one process is one of the most powerful tools we have to protect each other at work, every single day.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with the what. What even is a WPI? Then we'll cover who's doing the inspecting and when. After that, we'll get right into the nuts and bolts, the process itself, what you should be looking for, and probably the most important part, how we make sure that what we find actually gets fixed for good. So let's jump in.
All right, first up, before we get into the how-to, we really need to understand the why. Because when you get the purpose behind it, the whole thing just clicks. So what is a workplace inspection really? Think of it like a health checkup for our workplace. It's not about pointing fingers or finding fault. It's about making sure that all the safety systems we have in place are actually, working. Our jobs are dynamic, right? Things are always changing. New people, different equipment, evolving tasks. An inspection is how we make sure our safety rules are living and breathing, not just collecting dust on a shelf.
And this is where it gets really interesting. A WPI isn't just some one-off task. It's a crucial piece of a bigger puzzle, this continuous cycle. First, we plan the rules. Then we do them. Then, and here's our part, we check to see if they're working, and that's the inspection. Finally, we act on what we find to make things better. So if we keep finding a trip hazard, we don't just clean it up every time, we act. We ask, why does this keep happening? And maybe we redesign a storage area. See? It's a loop that keeps making us safer.
So that naturally leads to the next question, right? If this is so important, whose job is it anyway? Who's supposed to be doing these inspections, and how often are we talking?
The simple answer? Well, take a look. It's everybody. Now sure, some people have it as a formal part of their job, but a real safety culture means we're all in this together. It's a shared responsibility. It doesn't matter if you're a contractor, a team leader, or it's your first day on the job, your eyes are a vital part of keeping everyone safe.
And this isn't just some quarterly event we put on the calendar. Real, effective safety is woven right into our daily work. It's that quick check before you fire up a machine, it's the casual scan of your workspace during a walkthrough, and it's that deliberate pause you take before starting a new task. It's about making safety a habit, not an event.
Okay, let's shift gears and get super practical. We know the why, the who, and the when. So now let's talk about the how. What does a really effective inspection look like when you're doing it? Well, it breaks down into a really clear four-step process.
It really boils down to these four things. Step 1, use the form. It keeps things consistent and makes sure you don't miss anything. 2, discuss it. Talk to the person in charge of that area right away. This isn't about blame, it's about teamwork to get a solution going. 3, log it. Getting it into our CAM system makes it official, it creates a record, and it ensures someone is accountable. And finally, number 4, monitor. A problem isn't truly solved until we've checked back in to make sure the fix actually worked.
So, you found an issue. Now what? Well, the goal is always one of two things. Either get rid of the hazard completely, or if you can't do that, control the risk so it can't hurt anyone. And the playbook we use to decide the best way to do that is something called the hierarchy of controls.
Okay, this pyramid? This is probably one of the most important ideas in workplace safety. It shows us that not all fixes are created equal. The best, most effective solutions are right at the top. Number 1 is elimination. Can we just get rid of the hazard altogether? Gone. If not, can we use substitution? Swap out something dangerous for something safer. Then you have engineering controls, like building a better machine guard. Further down is administration, which is stuff like new procedures or better signs. And way down at the bottom, the very last line of defense, is PPE. Things like your helmet or safety glasses. You always want to aim as high up this pyramid as you possibly can.
All right, so we've got the why, the who, the when, and the how. Now for the fun part. What exactly should you be looking for when you're doing an inspection? To make it easy, we can break it down into 4 key areas to focus on.
First up, people. This is all about what we're doing, our actions. Are we actually following the procedures we've all agreed on? Is the right permit filled out for that specific job? Is everyone wearing the right PPE for the task they're doing right now? It's a reality check on our habits and behaviors.
Second, we look at equipment. This is all the physical stuff we use. Are the guards on the machines where they're supposed to be? Are our tools in good shape, not broken or worn out? Is the lifting gear inspected and safe? This covers pretty much every tool we use to get our jobs done.
Your third area of focus is materials.
This is where we look at how we're storing and handling anything that could be hazardous. Chemicals, flammable liquids. Are they in the right containers? Are they stored in the right place? Are we following the proper procedures to handle them safely?
And this slide really brings home that final area, the environment itself. This is kind of the big picture. Is the area clean and tidy? Good housekeeping? Are there trip hazards? Is the lighting good enough to work safely? Is the signage clear? It all matters because a safe work environment is the foundation for everything else. So, after we've gone through the whole process, we've looked at the people, the equipment, the materials, and the environment, what's the ultimate point of it all? What are we really trying to do? Well, it's all about closing the loop.
I really love this quote. It sums it up perfectly. When you find something in an inspection, there are really only two outcomes. Either folks aren't following the existing system and we need to improve compliance, or the system itself is the problem and we need to improve the system. Either way, we get better. It's just a fantastic tool for continuous improvement.
And that's really the core of it, isn't it? A workplace inspection isn't about checking a box or trying to catch someone doing something wrong. It's a positive, proactive thing that has one simple, shared goal: making our workplace safer for every single person who comes here to work. So, I'll leave you with a little challenge. As you go about the rest of your day, with all of this fresh in your mind, what's one potential hazard you can spot in your own work area? Let's take this knowledge and turn it into action today.